Hello and welcome back to an episode of Parkasaurus here on the J72 Gaming channel. My name is Jacob. You can just call me Jay here. And today we're going to work a little bit more on expanding the park. Where I last left you guys, we had just made the Alpine Zone here and was transitioning into making the swamp. But I had another one of my thinks, another one of my thunks, and realized that I really, at this point, we're about I would say about a fourth done with the park as far as the grand design of things go. And I'm really at the point where I need to narrow down the wall sizes and the exhibit sizes of the rest of the park. So to do that, I realize I'm going to have to start laying out some paths and test some walls and then delete them to get the money back so I can see what the pens are. Um, and honestly, I don't think that time lapse is going to be very fun to watch because I'm going to be placing stuff, deleting stuff, and it's going to be all over the place. So just wanted to bring you guys in here at the start of this episode and let you know that that's my plan. I'm going to pretty much plan out the rest of the park here, and you guys will be able to kind of guess and assume where some exhibit walls are going to be going. But when I come back, I'm just going to have the paths here laid out. But all of this is mainly for the reason that today we're going to work on the swamp. And the swamp, I have to get 3 exhibits in kind of all at once here. So I'm going to be doing the entire swamp today, but I need to know exactly how much space I have up here up against the Alpine and how much forest does the forest actually need to take up and the savanna and all that is questions on my mind right now. So I'm going to play the game out for a few days, probably about a week or so. So some of these dinosaurs will be all grown up by the time you you see them next. So enjoy them while they're tiny and cute now. And yeah, so once I do that, I'll have enough money that I can place these walls and basically get this done. So I will be right back with you guys. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Guess it was only a few seconds for you, but for me, it has been about a few hours. You can see in the background there a little sneak peek of some of the path work that I've done. And I really have pretty much this entire park, at least in my head, planned out and have all the pens set. And we are unfortunately not able to fit every single dinosaur in the park. It's actually not enough space out there for all the space that every dinosaur needs. But we will have every species in the game minus one, and it's a long neck, and we'll get there. But one thing I wanted to bring you guys along for the ride with is my science and my hearts. So you can see the science, we're racking it up. 4,000. I've also got 85 hearts, which is very solid. So for the science here, I wanted to get this one right here, which gives us the stone science presentation. What's cool about this is I can hire a new scientist and plop him down there, and not only will he gain science points for us, but it says it provides education. So I'm assuming that's going to allow our guests to walk up and kind of stand by him and get a presentation real quick. So let's grab one of those. We're going to plop that down right now, but we're also going to buy Captain Planet to get an upgraded garbage bin. And we're going to get the shades, the stay out late, and back here we're going to get some barrels. And all that stuff really is just going to allow me to decorate a little bit more going forward. We'll grab this one. Okay, so let's see what the scientist thing's about, which would be in buildings. Stone science presentation, there it is. So this one's stone, might look good, I guess, in the Alpine. We can plop this guy down. Let's see, where would he be? Right here, maybe? That looks like a good spot to me. Then let's go ahead and hire a new guy. Let's grab Sidoni for $101. And let's get her in her spot. Come here, Sidoni. Okay. So she's in that spot. Let's see if we can catch her making people happy as the day rolls by. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the hats. Last episode, I unlocked that hat with the heart tree, and it ended up not in my inventory where I wanted it. It was this, not the elf hat. It we got this one here, the Holiday Fun Hat, and it didn't go in my inventory. But I found out that you actually have a store specifically for hats. And hats are pretty cool. They can do a lot of different things for you in the game. This bow, for example, it gives plus 20 appeal to dinosaurs, so the people are going to like it more, and they're going to be happier to donate money to the donation bins. But this also gives a bonus if his area that he's living in is too small for the dinosaur. So that's going to come in handy because I can stuff a little bit more dinosaurs in. I'm not sure exactly how much that's going to help, but it should help at least a little bit. But there's plenty of different things. Like this one here can give the dinosaur a sex change. So if I happen to get two T-Rexes, but they're both males, that's not going to work in the game. So you can put the hat on. The game thinks one of them is a female, and they can live happily ever after with the twirly hat. The one I want to buy right now and throw on here is the cheese hat. The cheese hat makes a dinosaur a little bit happier, or a little bit friendlier, I should say. And then it's got that 20 appeal here. So let's go ahead and throw this on one of our Stegosauruses. Actually, excuse me, let's put it on one of the Triceratopses, because the Triceratops are a little bit bummed. I learned that a herd specifically in this game is 4 dinosaurs, and because of the space requirements and the size limits I have with the park, that's not going to be possible for me to do with every exhibit, which is unfortunate. But let's grab this guy, his cheese hat. Oh, it's June 2. Yeah, you definitely get the cheese hat June 2. My old favorite used to be Homer, but Homer, I gotta tell you, man, June 2 here is looking real good. That's hilarious. Like she just stabbed the cheese on her head there. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so last thing before the biome tour here that I'm gonna give you guys is the heart tree. Now, the heart tree, I have done some unlocking already. I went along the Ornithot originals. You can see with this yellow line here, all the completed ones. Medium dinosaur besties, elite security, and right now I'm going to get the ultra security. This will give me the last of the walls I need going forward. So now I have electric fence, I have plexiglass fence, plexiglass electric fence, got them all. And those are the best walls in the game. So now I can make an exhibit with no matter what tier dinosaur it is. It'll be good to go, and we won't have issues of it breaking out, which really allows me to start focusing on the portal system a little bit more and doing all that jazz to get higher tier dinosaurs. But that's more stuff in the background. So last thing before the time lapse is I wanted to give you a flyby of all the work I've done with the roads here. So you can kind of guess where one of the, exhibits may or may not be. Generally speaking, this will be the next like rocky area, and then this whole area here is a giant forest, and working into our swamp here that I just kind of threw down stuff, which may or may not change as I deck out the exhibits here in a second, but it's a good start there for the swamp. The river stayed, and I liked how I managed to sneak in some bridges there. I will say this is going to be one big exhibit, and this will be a cool little spot of the park, I think, as well as down here is going to be a pretty fun area with a massive food court planned for that spot. So yeah, guys, that is what I've got going on here. Took quite a while, but I think it's for the best for the future of the park to have this all laid out. And right now, I'm going to focus on giving us a 3-pen exhibit swamp. So it's all going to be one biome here, but we're going to have 3 different types of dinosaurs. One is our first carnivore, and one is actually not going to be placed in yet because it is a tier 4, but he will be over here, so he'll be fun once we get to it. One of my favorite dinosaurs is going to go there, but he's a big apex, and we're going to have to wait for that. So anyway, let's get into this time lapse. Hope you enjoy. What do you guys think? I think the swamp turned out pretty well. Since the time lapse ended, I have actually since gone through the science here and purchased this whole row, as well as went to the hearts and got a few things here and there. But what that allowed me to unlock since the end of the time lapse was actually this tree here, which is a really cool addition to the swamp. So I went through and I kind of dotted it in here and there. I also came around the outside, which I usually do after these time lapses of the exhibit build, and put in all the human elements basically. Get the gazebos and get the bathrooms in and places for them to sit and all that. And I also worked on getting these two guys. So we'll come back to them in a second. But I got those two guys and I got these two guys. And if I unpause here, I was going to save hatching these guys for when I was with you guys, but they just decided to open up on their own. So we've got two Shant. That ain't easy to say. But the Shants are here. And Ray hatched out earlier. Mischief Ray over here. But those guys are cool. They're gonna end up being huge. They're very similar types of dinosaurs to these guys, the Paras. So they're gonna be massive. Although the game only considers them medium-sized dinosaurs, so the large ones are gonna be much larger, which I'm excited for. Something you might also notice different from the time lapse is the walls. I had an issue with the privacy. I was using the brand new electric plexiglass we have, but this wall is visible. Um, Even though it says high privacy, it still has visibility, opposed to this concrete fence, which has no visibility. So this one worked out a little bit bigger, and I had to come through here and deck it out and make it so that they were happy. I still used a few over here, so like people in the park can view this whole exhibit right here. So I got to do a mixture of all three and really figure it out before I start messing with the tier 4 dinosaurs because I don't want them breaking out. But without further ado, let's say hi to our two new and very first carnivorous dinosaurs. We've got Angus, Angus the girl, and Hopper. Now Hopper here is actually going to get a name change. We are going to change Hopper to the first person who commented to get a name, and that was actually my good buddy Zobua Gaming. I gave Zobu a shout out in my last video of the Isle if you guys seen that, but if not, go ahead and check him out. He does Minecraft farms and episodic episodes of his adventures throughout survival. So if you like Minecraft, go give him a peek. So as you can see, these guys are attacking the walls, and that has to do with the privacy. And I think it's just when they're freshly born, their privacy is pretty low. Looks like it's slowly getting fixed, which is great. But hopefully that wall issue doesn't become too big of a concern and they start breaking out. But if we do, I'll hop into first person and, we'll show them what's up. I hope you liked that episode with the swamp, everybody. This one came out pretty well. We're still obviously not completely done here. This will actually be next episode, so that's exciting. It'll be a two-part. We'll get two pens in here, one right here and one right here, and both of them are going to be tier 4 apex predators, large and in charge. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. I also plan to finally get around to doing the entrance here. All of that science I spent, I had like, I don't know, guys, I had like 10,000 science or something. I spent a ton of it. A bunch of food upgrades. This is also what came out of that purchase. So we'll be decking out the food court here and working our way into getting this area finally finished. And once that's done, I think it will be safe to say that this park will be halfway done, which is pretty exciting. We still have quite a bunch more exhibits to go. But overall, the size is looking halfway done, which is pretty awesome. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. If you enjoyed this chill Parkasaurus episode, I do enjoy filming them as they're very relaxing and, quite a charming game. And it does pack some interesting science and hearts and skill systems in the game. And of course, hats. Who can forget the hats? But anyway, that's enough for me, everybody. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe because it really does help out a growing channel. And that will be it from me. So until next time, peace.